Peace. This is Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swollen. Today's topic is frustration. And I'd like to start the day off by saying to y'all, peace and blessings, love throughout the world and the universe. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into today's topic. Frustrations. Many times in this life that we live, we can try to work things in many different directions, in many different paths, and we can actually be on our way. We could be obtaining goals. We can be making all the correct things. We can have our money together, start to have our love lives together, and start to have our life together, placed in the format, in the way that we want. And when we're riding the wave, as I have spoken before on many occasions, at times the wave has to simmer. The wave is not going to continue forever. You're going to continue to have the ripples, but the climax of the wave, it has to crash down at some point. Thus is life. When that happens, and you feel that you were going in all the right directions, you were making all the right motions or movements, this can cause frustration simply. Whether that be frustration within yourself, frustration in others, and on this point, I'm just speaking in life references. Because we make so many plans, we have everything formatted in our mind, and when we start to obtain those things, we at times can believe that they're going to continue that way. But we forget about the small ripples. Now, thank you, Heavenly Father, for this beautiful day. And everybody move around the world with an open heart and open spirit and smile. These ripples keep coming, right? You don't have one ripple. It's an effect. The wave crashes, and then there's back. So this is your positive and your negative energy effects. You can put out a ton of positive energy. You can move with all the affirmations in the world. You can have an open heart and open spirit. But remember, for every positive, there is a negative. For every action, there's a reaction. So once we put out this particular positive energy, you may get a ripple. You may get a ripple effect to come back to you on a separate energy. And based on that separate energy, then you'll know, or you will receive that you've been putting out in the opposite direction. So there's no real reason to wonder why one would experience, especially when you have put out a ton of positive energy, and especially be it that towards your goals, towards your life, to your family, there has to be a reaction to it. There has to be a ripple back. And once we receive that ripple back, the magnitude will come to you in the form, in the way of the magnitude which you have been exerting. So, let me break it down. If the magnitude of what you're doing is putting out an extreme amount of positive energy, an extreme amount of love and unconditional love, and moving thus every day in this manner, at some point, you're going to get an extreme amount of the opposite. Whether you want it or not, it's the law of the universe. It's the way that energy works. It has to pass around. Now, some may say that sounds negative, but this is really not true, because it is a very positive thing. You have to think about this. If that's your retractory or the reaction back at you upon that ripple, this means that the energy in a positive manner, and I'm speaking if you're exerting positive energy, and this could work the same way at times for negative energy, but a lot of times in negative, when you're putting out and exerting a lot of negative energy, you're going to keep getting a ton more of negative energy until you transform it into the positive energy. So, if you're getting this after putting out positive energy, do not worry, because you have to remember, and I've spoken on this before, how long do you spend in that negative space is what's going to matter in how long you are affected by it. Because you have to remember, these are just lessons. You want that negative energy at times, because that same negative energy is the energy that can propel you to even a greater and a better positive space. So everything that happens sometimes that people view as negative is really not negative. Sometimes those negatives happen because you need to regenerate, you need to rebirth, you need to work on, you need to improve your positive mind frame, your positive mind state, and the way that you're moving and motivating out here, or through the universe, through this world, within your personal relationships, your love relationships, your family relationships, the relationship with yourself. Frustrations will cause all types of emotions to arise, and as I've spoken before, this is negative energies, whether you want to say the devil, negative energies, demonic forces, negative spirits. This is the central way that you can become attacked by those forces. On a spiritual level, this is one of the central ways that this can happen. Frustration is a major emotion that can trigger anger, deceit, cause you to turn backwards, cause you to lie, cause you heartache, cause you pain, cause you suffering. The list goes on and on out of the things that can be created through frustration. When it really, and it will have you at your wit's end. It will have you disharmonized within your existence and within your being. Reboot. At that moment that you recognize it, reboot. The moment that you feel it, don't run from the frustration. We must embrace the frustration, because the frustrations can make you feel like you're losing, but the frustrations show you that you actually are on the path to winning. Nothing good comes easy. You wouldn't go through this life or situations or things that may have been being presented to you if the direction that you were probably heading wasn't the correct one. It's just around the corner. What it takes is patience. See, this life can put you in that position that we were trying to get this, we were trying to do that. I've been so spiritually good. I've been giving prayer to the Creator. Thank you, Creator, for this beautiful day. And I've been trying to be in harmony, but everyone or everything is constantly disrupting that and disrupting me. Well, remember that these things are happening. Yes, they may be happening. You could be putting in all of the spiritual work, all of the harmonious work, expressing and generating out all of the love, and feeling like it's not paying off, that it's not working, that you're not getting anything reciprocated to you through your efforts. Okay? But you have to remember this, that even though you're doing all these things, A, nothing is microwave. B, what is the life condition at the moment, at the present time, inside of oneself? You have to remember that some of these things that are perceived to be negatives are being drummed up. They're being drummed up when you're creating the positive. So look at it in a manner of, if you have, let's just say you go to the ocean and you take that sand bucket and you scoop it up in the ocean water, which it looks nice and clear and everything, or a little muddy or whatever. You scoop it up and you set that bucket down. And you just let it sit till the water's still. There's no more ripples. Well, once you set that bucket down and the water has stilled, right? Take your hand in, you shift it around, you drop it to the bottom. What do you find? You'll find sand, you'll find sea salt, you may find a few seashells, and you swirl that around, and then what happens? Those things start to arise up within the waters themselves. Well, this is the inner us, right? Sometimes these things are residing in our inner verse. We have calmed the waters. We have tamed the wave and relaxed the ripples. But then, at the end of it all, we get to a point, right? And the pot gets stirred. You ever heard that terminology, the pot being stirred? Well, when that pot's stirred, all of the debris and the residue, maybe the things that we quite haven't worked on yet, whether that's self-love, whether that's anger, whether that's walking with an open heart and open spirit, whether that's being at peace, or it could be just energy that we received, not personally from ourselves, not even maybe from the one that we're with, but we may be receiving a particular type of energy from others, right? From others that have put us in a position to stir the waters, or the waters are being stirred. But this is a great gift by the universe, a great gift by the Creator, because those things need to happen. They need to happen for improvement. And when they happen for improvement, you can improve your life condition. It's more than just that. It's you can begin to improve communication with yourself, improve your communication within a relationship, with your family, improve communication within your love life, improve communication with those around you. Believe me, people, living the life with an open heart and open spirit and walking in the truth is a very difficult thing, because it's just that. Once you see the truth, once you know the truth, you can't unknow it and you can't unsee it. How you deal with it, because these truths, no matter what they are not negative. They are lessons. And believe me, if you've placed out and you've been feeling like, I've been putting out all of this positive energy, and even if you found yourself walking back into a negative realm or a negative cycle, you have to remember that is what is in return for the amount of positive energy that you've been placing out there. It has to come back. But don't spend a long time in a negative space. Believe me, that is the opportunity for you to improve and increase everything. Me personally, yeah, I have been away from you guys for a little while. Took some time off, lived some life experiences. And even with as positive and loving as I am, and I love all of you, and love and focusing on those things, I can truly say this. Yes, I experienced many frustrations But I realized it was a mounting of, look at the energy, the vibrations that I'm putting out. And so in that, maybe all the frustrations weren't mine, but maybe it was from energies just from around in society. Because people in this time are so angry, they're so upset. But remember, everything is given to us by the Creator. We have to know the Creator, but we have to know ourselves first in order to know the Creator. We have to love ourselves first in order to love the Creator. We have to believe on ourselves first in order to believe on the Creator. It is a daily gift. And I am in deep gratitude and appreciation for everything that I have received, because that is everything. What is perceived as good or what is perceived as bad, that leads to improvement, because work always has to be done. So I have, I've laughed, I've cried, I've yelled, I've screamed, I've boiled up inside, and it's beautiful because I was able to experience many emotions, but I also was able to come to the realization that the work must continue, that the work on the inner self, the work on the heart and the spirit must continue and must be improved. And I'm not spending time in the negative space. I have unconditional love and plenty to give. I have an open heart and an open spirit, and I have an understanding of what it is. It's frustrations. And frustrations, don't allow yourself to spend a long time in frustration. And when you do get frustrated, see it for what it is, and then convert that energy. I'd like to know from everyone today, if you've been experiencing this, what are some of the things that you've been frustrated about? And what are some of the directions in life that frustration has led you? How did you, if you've recognized them, and if you have recognized them, and even if you haven't recognized them, think on ways that those frustrations can improve you, or how it's leading or has led you to improvement. I would love for you to share with me any of your experiences or your thoughts on this subject matter. I'm always down for correspondence. I am starting this back up again. Viszario Gullini on YouTube. Viszario Gullini on IG. So let me know. And I would love some response, and I would be down to correspond back and forth about it. People, love is great. And continue to shed a loving light from within yourself. Recognize the things that may be making you frustrated in this life. And recognize on how to take those frustrations and make improvement, whether that's in your family relationship, whether that's in your love relationship, whether that's in your life in general. Don't leave before the miracle happens. Don't allow frustrations to make you run away from something great that is already in your life. Don't let the frustrations and outside negative energy move you away from what the Creator has placed upon you. Never give up. And as always, the children are what's most important. They are the future, and we are the past. But by recognizing our frustrations and spending very little time in a negative space and using those frustrations to improve all of our relationships in life, and move us to walking even more further in the truth and with an open heart and an open spirit, we can all be the future. This has been Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Peace.